When Muammar Gadhafi comes to New York next month for the UN General Assembly, will he be pitching this Bedouin tent just miles from the families of the Lockerbie bombing victims on the lawn of a Libyan diplomat's home in New Jersey? A senior U.S. official calls it, quote, awful. But as host of the United Nations, the U.S. may be unable to stop it.
Now residents of Englewood, New Jersey, want to block Libyan leader Muammar Gadhafi from pitching a Bedouin tent there when he attends the UN General Assembly next month. The town's mayor says it would be offensive for Gadhafi even to get a visa for the visit after the Pan Am 103 bomber got a hero's welcome in Libya last week.
And with me now is Rabbi Shmuley Boteach. He lives next door to the New Jersey home where some suggest that Gadhafi may end up staying. Also here, New Jersey Congressman Steve Rothman, whose district includes the Libyan-owned property.
I've lived next door to that property for 10 years. It was derelict. It was a hovel. They have invested millions upon millions of dollars at a feverish pace to ready this property by September 20th. Do the math. And I would say to Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton, who has the power to deny him a visa to come to the United States at all, look, I'm a family man. I don't want an international terrorist financier being next door to the house where I'm raising my 9 children. Let him go to Chappaqua if she wants him there, with all due respect. We don't want him in Englewood.
Well, actually, this is deja vu all over again. I was the mayor of Englewood 26 years ago when Gadhafi tried to do exactly the same thing. And I got the Reagan State Department to issue restrictions prohibiting him from using the mansion at all. He stayed in New York City, where the Libyan ambassador to the UN has a residence.
Right.
I spoke to the White House this afternoon and to the State Department this afternoon, as I have since Saturday when I heard about this rumor. They say, number one, that they have strongly urged the Libyan government not to allow him to come, not to seek for him to come to Englewood, and that they should only keep him in Manhattan. We have the right to issue a visa with conditions that he can only stay in Manhattan, and we will use that if the Libyans decide that they want to seek to have him come to Englewood. But the Libyans have not said so. It is my belief that they will not ask for Gadhafi to come to Englewood, but if they do, then the United States will use its authority under the Foreign Missions Act and the 26-year-old agreement I helped negotiate as the mayor of Englewood 26 years ago, and we will keep him out of Englewood. He does not belong there.
But it's not up to you. I mean, with all due respect, it is the State Department's decision to make, presumably. So you have that assurance from the State Department that under no circumstances would he be allowed to stay there.
The State Department and the White House both have strongly urged them to voluntarily agree to the condition on the visa. And I expect that the Libyans will voluntarily agree to those conditions. If they don't, it is my expectation and belief that the White House and State Department will put that condition on the visa. And I won't take no for an answer, and I know my constituents won't either.
Okay, Steve Rothman is my congressman. God bless you, Steve. But people in the highest positions of government in Europe have now been made international laughingstocks by taking Gaddafi's word. Queen Elizabeth, Prince Andrew, Gordon Brown, they have been made it's become a fiasco because Gaddafi made them a promise that if they released this killer, this mass murderer, that he would go silently to Libya and just go home. We saw that he broke every single word. He's an international fashionista. He loves mixing things up, Gaddafi. He loves making fools of people. He's making fools of all of us. They are spending millions upon millions of dollars to a contractor who's going to be severely penalized financially if he's not ready by September the 20th. Gaddafi's picked September the 23rd. And I find it highly unusual that the White House is asking, which the executive branch is asking the legislative branch to be its mouthpiece. If the White House is so convinced that Gaddafi is not coming to Englewood, is not going to be my next door neighbor, I don't want to live next door to a terrorist, then they should issue a statement saying that they will ensure, they will guarantee that this will not happen. I love my congressman, but this is not a legislative decision. It's an executive decision that was made by the State Department. Why is Gaddafi, who just heralded and championed and lionized a mass murderer, coming to the United States at all? This is a country at war with terrorists in Afghanistan and Iraq.